Where's the Dota?
Radiant team ban.
I hear it. I see it on my screen. There it is. Always slow coming in after a restart. Guys, welcome back to the Galaxy Battle. We're battling over entire galaxies in this tournament. We got Sage Network going up against Midas Club Victory. No, not that Midas Club. That one doesn't really exist anymore. It's Midas Club Victory. They were known as something else, and they were picked up and made the second team of Midas Club. It was a whole thing. But either way, we're only 55 minutes late to this match. So, I mean, you guys are right on time for game one. Honestly, guys, cards on the table, there is not much that's known about Sage Network and not a lot about Midas Club Victory. They've been around for a little while. Again, I don't remember what their previous team name was, but they were okay. They were, I think, on a good day, pretty darn good. But it seems like most of the time they weren't on their good days, making a lot of just very, very basic level mistakes. And Sage Network, there's nothing. They're ghosts. They don't exist in Dota. The way they got here was by getting, I mean, this is the lower bracket game. They got 2-0'd by Sacred, which we just saw earlier battle up against Stars and actually beat Stars. So, I mean, there's that. So, I mean, the difficulty is pretty high there, but honestly, guys, I can't tell you anything about Sage Network. I don't know any of their names. They're all stand-ins. One's Kappa Kappa. So there you go, guys. You know what to spam, and I know what I'm going to say. I know what I'm going to refer to him as, that's for sure. But there are mysteries to me. So we'll see. Hopefully it's good, because, man, make me wait an extra 50 minutes. You damn well better bring your A game, or else I am not going to be giving you much favor in the cast. You know, I'm totally available to be purchased by any of these teams. If you want to have a favorable review in the cast, you just got to slip me a couple of bills. I am entirely kidding, by the way. I am always impartial, no matter what, no exceptions at all times. But let's take a look at this draft, because we have a draft going on. Got a Silencer, Coddle, rather early bans. We see only a couple of teams mix it up with Coddle, and whoa, okay. I was gonna say Silencer is even more rare, and we'll see him occasionally picked up with a Bat Rider, and you know, whatever. That doesn't matter. We have a Clockwork Shadow Demon for Midas Club Victory. Now, Clockwork first pick I think is fine. I think in general, for 4 positions, you could do a little bit better. Clockwork is perfectly adequate, I would say, but you know, he seems like just an okay offlaner, just an okay 4-position role. It's rather interchangeable, but you know, you do have that flexibility, which is certainly going to make it a powerful first phase pick. Lich, very safe pick. Doom as well as with the Lich. I mean, you get that combo going on top of that. So yeah, Clockwork Shadow Demon.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, first of all, like, the question must be asked. Is Shadow Demon a good hero? I think yes. I think the Shadow Demon is a good hero, but that's the thing with Shadow Demon, is that he may be a good hero to some extent. Like, I think Shadow Demon is, if he is a supporting hero, not as a duo, just one supporting hero, he is not good. Now, Bane as a supporting hero in the lane, he is good. Bane can start some action. Ancient Apparition can do the job as well. Shadow Demon by himself is not that type of hero. Shadow Demon has always been one of a partnership. You need Shadow Demon to go with someone else. You need a Shadow Demon Mirana. You need a Shadow Demon Kunkka. You need a Shadow Demon Lina. Like, some sort of use for the disruption. Shadow Poison is great. It really is good. But when you're talking about killing off a Doom, you need a lot of damage, and you need to get combos with the Shadow Demon in order to do that damage. I do not think Shadow Demon is worth first picking. I don't think that's really ever the case, regardless of what combos you may or may not have with your other first pick. I definitely think that if you find yourself with the Mirana and you're like, well, no, Bane's banned out, maybe we'll go Shadow Demon, I think that's fine. But they will require a little bit of work to make this Shadow Demon work, at least to his peak. Luna will be banned out, one of the better heroes as far as illusion creation for the Shadow Demon. But really, I mean, I feel like that should just be a side effect, right? Like, if you have heroes that have good illusions, like anti-mages, like Lunas, that's great with Shadow Demon. Like, it's great in the late game. But really, you have to figure out, how do we make the Shadow Demon work early on? They'll ban out the Mirana, and that's a great way to start. Midas Club, if you don't activate your Shadow Demon early on, then he's never really going to be a relevant factor in the late game. He doesn't have any way of farm. I mean, Shadow Poison is, again, like, it's a pretty good spell. It's okay at farming stacks, I suppose, but you're not really going to be doing that all that often. So, yeah, Shadow Demon is... I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, but even if they work a lot to build around this Shadow Demon, it's like, why not just pick it up 4th? Why not go Clockwork Mirana, Shadow Demon 5th pick? Like, I see no issues with that whatsoever. I would have been completely on board with that because Shadow Demon is a great hero to watch. I really do like seeing the plays, the defensive power of just randomly bubbling someone, like absorbing a Chain Frost hit or something like that. It's pretty cool. No, maybe not absorbing a Chain Frost hit because it'll still bounce. And if you make more illusions, it'll bounce to those illusions and continue bouncing. And that's pretty hard to do. But, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Right now, their options are, from the support standpoint, it's going to shove the Clockwork to the offlane role, which isn't bad. Will require a half-decent lane. Up against a Lich dual lane, though, Clockwork by himself is fairly bad. You can maybe cheese out a Lich kill if the Lich is really, really careless with his positioning, but odds are that's not going to happen. Medusa Bloodseeker also going to get the kick out. Midas Club victory. Here's what you do, right? Put the Clockwork in the 4. Terrorblade right now. That is not a Terrorblade. That is like the exact opposite of Terrorblade. That is actually pretty close to the exact opposite of Terrorblade. Super squishy, super elusive, no right-click damage. Yep, seems about right. Either way, my dog's going to start barking any moment, guys. Just wait. So I apologize in advance. But Puck is going to be going most likely towards the mid lane. Shadow Demon Clockwork, is that really a combo? I don't think it is. I mean, you set up for the cogs. I told you. Everybody, raise your oh my dogs. Raise your wowies. She's barking. But Puck can go towards the off lane, go towards the mid lane. Is okay, I suppose. I mean, it's a kind of a generico pick. But up against Doom and Lich, again, you're facing up against a really powerhouse combo. You know your lanes are going to be hurting somewhat. Doom is a absolute tank. He has so much HP. And with the Lich's Ice Armor, if it is going to be those two heroes as a dual lane, will be a lot of HP to grind through with a lot of armor, with a lot of regen. Good freaking luck. You need a lot of damage to do that, and Puck's Burst, though it is decently high, it is not going to be enough consistent damage to actually kill off that hero. If you're looking to do that, you really do need someone like a Terrorblade levels of damage in order to get those kills. Like, it's no joke how tanky Doom can actually get at that stage. Sage Network, though, Lich, and the Doom is a fairly generic opening. I mean, they can really send these heroes anywhere. They'll pick up a Jakiro and stay very generic as well with their secondary support pick. They'll have a little bit of tower pushing. They'll have a lot of bulk, that's for sure. Looking for the lanes mostly for Sage Network to get their power. So, there's like an okay amount of mixed power here from Sage Network, but of course hiding most of their cards right now. Still looking for these heavy hitters from the Sage Network side. Doom as a kind of a dual lane with Lich. I don't know if we call that, like, what do we call it? Off lane Doom, 3-position Doom. I don't really know what you call it, but as a dual laner, it's certainly very powerful, but it's certainly dependent on those lane matchups, which Midas Club should definitely look towards at this point, especially. Like, how do we actually make the lanes work? Again, I'm not convinced that Clockwork Shadow Demon is powerful enough to actually deal with that, unless they have a lot of chip damage from someone else, like a Venomancer. That is not the Venomancer. Again, that's like the polar opposite. It's a Darkseer. So it's a support Shadow Demon, support Clockwork, Puck mid lane, Darkseer off lane. That's got to be it, right? I mean, Midas Club do have the last pick, so they could have waited for their mid lane. But I don't see Puck or Darkseer not going to the mid and off lane, respectively. It just doesn't make much sense to me. I mean, Darkseer is a hero that has fallen from grace by quite a large margin. He can do decently well. His consistent damage in the lane is not bad. But that being said, you do have to work really hard to make a Darkseer great. Like, you can do decently with the Darkseer in lane, but afterwards, he just doesn't do all that much. Now, if you have a Jakiro on your own team, or if you have an Invoker on your own team, I mean, you get some pretty high value from that, but comboing the Puck, comboing the Clockwork, and there's no combos there. If they had a Spirit Breaker, I would say okay. If they had an Earth Spirit, I would say okay. But right now, it seems like Midas Club Victory's draft is just a pile of heroes, a pile of good heroes, and Shadow Demon. Sage Network, in the meantime, will pick up the Invoker. Lots of team fight power coming out from them. Starting fights might be a little bit difficult. Their initiation is slightly lacking. And from a safe lane, there are not many great initiators to be had.
10 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut Spandau, Bloodseeker is
5
definitely one of the
seconds
better
remaining.
ones. I don't really know if like you can count Venomancer there. Faceless Void actually is pretty insane for Sage Network. We'll have a tough matchup up against Darkseer. It's not really one of the best ones there. And we'll have to deal with that Shadow Demon bubble as far as a counter to the Chronosphere. It's a little bit annoying, but I think that's probably the best way to get Sage Network just an absolute truck ton of team fight prowess. And at that point, it's like, yeah, good work, Darkseer, good work, Puck. You have a lot of team fight, but you have nowhere near the team fight that Sage Network is bringing to the table.
Dire team pick.
Faces Void, Sven. Oh, Sven's also another one. Blink Sven can definitely start some engagements. That's not too bad either. Still has a similarly rough matchup with that Darkseer opposition, but I think it's fine. It is going to suffer some pretty bad problems, though, just by the nature of the lack of disables from Sage Network and the abundance of kind of defensive power here from Midas Club. Any target you go in on as a Sven will be disrupted, and then there's just you can't do much there, or you'll be disrupted, and also you have to deal with Surge, and it's just a mess. You have to deal with Coil. It's the whole big thing. So the Sven will have some issues in this game, and I think it's just unavoidable. Like, even if you have BKB, that's still not going to save. That's not going to solve the fact that whenever you go in, your target's just going to be bubbled or surged away, or both. So you have some issues there. Midas Club last pick is going to be the Life Stealer. Not exactly a good hero versus the Sven. That in and of itself is a terrible matchup there. You will not win man fights as a Life Stealer. I'm sorry, bro. It's just not going to happen. Life Stealer is pure physical, mostly physical, except for his ultimate. That's magic, but the armor from Sven is going to be a hassle. Oh, by the way, Shadow Demon Demonic Purge versus Sven, real good. But yeah, Life Stealer's matchup is not good there. They are going to have really good partnerships with the Life Stealer and the Puck and the Darkseer and the Clockwork, so they can definitely make those ganks happen. Though, overall, it does still seem like they have a pile of heroes, a pile of good heroes plus Shadow Demon. Did they make this Shadow Demon work? Have they built around him enough so that they get my stamp of approval? And you guys know, I don't give my stamp of approval out just to anyone. Like, you gotta be doing some seriously cool stuff if you get my stamp of approval. They haven't. Shadow Demon right now just seems like he's lost. Like, he should have been in another game, but he got fed bad directions, and now he's in this game, and he's like, yo, what's up, guys? Can I play in this game? And everyone's too considerate to say, no, Shadow Demon, go home. You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be in that game. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I do feel like these drafts, they both have quite a few weaknesses. Like, I already outlined the weakness of Sven. I do feel like the Invoker should probably be able to get a pretty decent job done in this game, but we'll see. The Sven definitely has the biggest issues here for the Sage side. As on the Midas side, we have Shadow Demon with some issues, got Life Stealer with quite a few matchup issues. We have a Darkseer who's just not a hero right now. I don't know. Darkseer, I'm pretty sure the consensus for Darkseer nowadays is that he's just a gigantic trash can. Darkseer has kind of always been one of those heroes that needs a lot of farm, but he'll deliver once the vacuum walls come up. They don't have any combos with that really, except for the Puck, so that's kind of awkward, but he just doesn't seem like he's really proactive enough. He doesn't push the issue enough. He doesn't initiate hard enough for you. And that's not a good place to be as an offlane hero. Like, if we look at the primo offlane heroes, I'm talking about Batrider, man. Like, Batrider has been absolute, like, #1 first pick cancer level power since his birth in Dota 2. I'm actually, like, pretty sure about that. Like, there have been no patches, or very few, where Batrider was like, no, you don't want to pick up Batrider, this dude sucks. I think actually maybe when he was just introduced, he may have been a little bit lackluster, because when he was just introduced, Beastmaster used to be a big hero, and both have single target initiation, except Beastmaster would have all those creeps and the lane power that people obviously didn't know how to play around the Batrider, so it's a little bit mystery. But maybe right when he was introduced, he wasn't as premium, but he certainly rose in the
30
ranks.
seconds to
Darkseer has taken a huge plummet. Either way, we do have a smoke up. Midas Club Victory are going to be leading the way with Dashka's Clockwork. Got RZS on the Shadow Demon, Samurai on the Darkseer. That feeling when you're named Samurai, but your character just punches people. And that feeling when your ally's name is called Arms, and he doesn't punch people. It's the puck, and up towards top lane. Go-To is on the Lifestealer. On the other end, Sneaky, Sneaky Sage. Whisper is going to be pushing in. Are these guys all tagged up on the end as different things? That's actually hilarious. We'll look over that in a little bit, because Doom is just laying it into the Lifestealer. We got Suplente.Yogurt, sponsored by Yogurt, on the Jakiro. Kappa, Kappa. Raise your Kappas on the Invoker. On the Lich, it's going to be Legend. The man, the myth, the legend. And then Dark Terry. Dark Terry. Yeah, it's Terry, except he's dark. Okay, he's going to be on the Sven on the bottom lane. That should just about be everyone. Midas Club will be going for that full tri-lane. Clockwork, not really interested in helping out on these other lanes. They will set up with the Banishment. Cogs are unfortunately on cooldown, so got him. I mean, they'll take his mana out. And Doom with low mana is a pretty unhappy hero. Like, that's not really where you want to be, but that's pretty much the extent of the offensive power here from Midas. If you trap the Doom, then you can definitely get quite a bit of damage done, but even then, Lifestealer will run up, at least not right now, but soon will run up against the Ice Armor. I imagine Lich is going to be trying to prioritize that as much as possible. Once again, Banishment, they'll Cog bump him back to try to right-click him down. Zero base armor, really hurtful, and he bumps into another Cog! That wouldn't have killed him. I'm pretty sure with Fairy Fire, if he just runs like this, he lives. Am I crazy? I might be crazy. But he ran into another Cog, which stunned him, which means he couldn't Fairy Fire. Okay. Well, I mean, Shadow Demon Clockwork, it turns out it might be a thing. The verdict is still a little bit of a mystery here, but Shadow Demon, yeah, he's pushing back the Lich. He's going to bubble him once again. This time, Cogs again will get the bump back. Legend will just get right-click down. Are you kidding me? Is this actually working? It is working. They get another kill. In the meantime, Darkseer is taken down, because Darkseer, again, is just a gigantic trash can, but, you know, we already mentioned that. This is actually surprisingly effective. Just two heroes just running at you. And Lich, level 1, is terrible. Like, this is a useless hero. He's only good because he gets level 2 really quickly. Doom level 1 is also pretty underwhelming. Having 0, or I guess 1 base armor with his sticks is not all that great. So, yeah, it's working out much better than I thought. I am pleasantly surprised. In the meantime, mid lane got double K going up against Arms. And this is going to be a tough early start for the Invoker. He doesn't really have the most setup from the other lanes to really contribute for Sunstrikes, like maybe Stormhammer, Ice Path. It's kind of lackluster, but for sure if you're going to get killed on Darkseer, you really would want to have that extra damage from the Sunstrike in mid lane. But his base damage is going to be lower than the Puck's for right now. He'll be fine to level up in a little bit. Ice Wall with low quas is just so bad, man. What, the movement speed 20 slow? Wow. That's value right there. But, yeah, the Puck should be doing just fine here. Nothing the Puck really has to worry about. Jakiro's not going to roam into his lane. A Lich will never roam into his lane, at least not to get killed. Oh, Clockwork. He caught himself a Jakiro right in the middle of the Cogs. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Cog will somehow bump him back again. I don't know how that's possible, but, oh, top lane. The classic Warcraft 3 4-point surround onto Whisper. Where are you at? Killing off a Doom. That is not easy to do, the 4-point surround. You make 2 illusions, you have yourself, you need 1 additional hero, and if you're like this, and your enemy hero's right there, then they actually just can't move. Again, not easy to do, but when you do it, how long do those illusions last? 8 seconds. That is essentially an 8-second disable. And I don't know about you guys, but I would very much like to have 8-second disables on my really clunky Shadow Demons. That seems pretty premium. Dashka, Cogs. Man, Cogs have been used so many times, and it has burned out so much mana, so much more than it really should have. He's just bullying this bottom lane by himself, letting Darkseer do other things. I'm not sure what Darkseer is supposed to be doing, but he does have a Soul Ring, but he doesn't really jungle, like, at all. Angel is just... That clearing speed is miserable. You can stack, I guess, but he should be returning, yeah, pretty soon. Try to ship out those ion shells, or just surge in a clockwork. He caught himself another Jakiro. Bro, that ice path was nowhere close. Well, there's no ion shell on the clockwork, so he'll just walk away. He just didn't have any mana. So yeah, if there was a ion shell on the clockwork, 100% of the time Jakiro is going to get dropped there. But Darkseer was gracious. He was generous. He gives life, and he will say, "Today, Jakiro, you will live. But just remember this one time I gave you mercy, because next time it might not happen that way." Oh, Dashka now's going in. Battery Assault, tick, tick, tick. He has no mana for the cogs, but this time it doesn't matter because Battery Assault and Ion Shell does a disgusting amount of damage. Takes some tower shots. Sunstrike will be split. Oh, that was so close to being great from Midas Club. That would have been pretty cool. But still losing the clockwork for a Sven, that's a great trade. So they're going to take it no matter what. Wow, that Darkseer just ducking into the Sunstrike, splitting the damage. So close to being great. So yeah, bottom lane. The pressure is certainly mounting. Sven is actually still getting an extraordinary amount of CS. How is he level 5 with 101? What is happening? It's like, dude, at least spend your skills somewhat. I mean, I can understand holding 1 point, but do you really need to be holding 3? I'm not sure. That might be a little bit unnecessary. I know, like, he wants cleave. Like, you always want cleave on Sven. But, like, what are you going to get as an emergency level up? Like, more Stormhammer? Is that really going to be happening? Kappa Kappa is going to be banished. Here comes that surround. No, it's just a Thunderdome! Oh, no. 4 men enter. 3 men will leave. Clockwork sets up another one. Rip Kappa. Oh, well. That was... Dude, this Clockwork Shadow Demon combo is working out so well. The reason I didn't think this would work that well is because these two, they both have setup. Right? They both will capture and then trap, but not do any damage. But they're somehow just making it work regardless. Doom, welcome to the Thunderdome. 3 men enter, 2 men leave. They don't even need GoTo's help here. They'll just straight kill the Doom. Everything I know about Dota is a lie. I mean, no, that's not true. Clockwork has gotten off to such a great start that, like, whatever he does at this point is going to be bolstered by the fact that he already had that good start. So it's not entirely accurate of any given 7-minute clockwork, because any given 7-minute clockwork is not going to be this powerful. They're going to be a lower level. They're not going to be able to contribute as much. But damn, he's doing some serious work. What's going on up here? We got an observer for the... This is a sentry for the Radiant. Yeah, sentry Radiant and a dire observer ward. That sentry for the Radiant is pretty much completely useless. And here comes the gank again. Whisper is going to be bumped back. Just once so far. He does have a net, but he's just getting worked down by the Lifestealer. Has an infest if he needs it. Ice Path will land into the Clockwork, as will the Fire. That will kill off Dashka, but GoTo's still just going ham onto this Suplente Yogurt man. RZS throwing out some Shadow Poison. Is going to drag the Creep Wave away. That's 3 stacks of poison. Yo, he's going in, man. He's got the open wounds. He's got the right clicks. Right click, right click, right click. One more, and got him. Now he just needs to find something to invest into. Well, that wasn't exactly what they should have been doing, but you know what? They got him. It's going to cost them a Lifestealer, and that is not a good trade. But it happened. And sometimes you just got to go in for a Jakiro and trade your life as a carry. Ice Wall off the mark. Come on, Kappa Man. KKT. RZS got to go all the way back to the base. Level 5, though. Shadow Poison. We'll see if he's going to max that out. He doesn't really have much disruption value in this game. As a disable tool, as a setup tool, it's really nice. Cleave pushes the wave. Gee, I wonder why you wouldn't want to push the wave up against Ion Shell. It's a real mystery. God Strength. Oh, he's just going to town on Dashka. Yeah, welcome to Sven's world. He's got Mask of Madness, by the way. You don't want to mess with that. Samurai is going to just book it out of there. Dark Terry. He's going to be fine. You're going against a Darkseer. You need as much counter push as possible. You need that clearing. Looks like he angered one too many people, though. Because this time, it's not 2 heroes. It's 4. And you're already mostly dead. He's just straight dead, okay. The Jakiro will be hit back with the cogs again somehow. Now you are banished, sir. Welcome to the Shadow Realm. He'll snap the coil in some attempts, but I mean, he was dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. Arms and RZS rotating in for another kill. Another 2 kills, actually. The Sven was taken down as well. And what is this? This disruption thing. Right? That's what it is? No, it's this one, right? There we go. I'm not sure if it's good. It's kind of cool. It doesn't do anything, really. Sven's illusions don't cleave. They don't do a lot of damage. They don't get God Strength. It's whatever. But still, they got the kill, and that's all that matters. Tower will fall, as well as Midas are just outmaneuvering Sage side right now. So far, I mean, when you have a Lich and a Jakiro support, you're not moving in those lanes. That is not going to happen. You're going to park yourself in a lane and just hope the lanes go well, because if they don't go well, you're not going to move around and try to salvage them. And I could say with pretty high amount of confidence right now, the lanes have not gone well. It has not been a pleasant laning experience. The Clockwork has been absolutely all over the place, as has the Shadow Demon. The Invoker's had a pretty quiet time, but it's about to get pretty loud in the mid lane. Kappa Kappa is going to be suddenly banished straight to the Shadow Realm. Mind crushed, and what, bro? There's literally nobody anywhere nearby there. Teleports are coming in en masse. Whisper is here with his namesake ultimate, but so is the Lifestealer. He's ready to go. The coil lands onto 3 heroes. Whisper is just trying to run. Orb flies through onto 2. Chain Frost bouncing, doing about no damage. Actually, will almost kill off Samurai. Right, Ice Path will give Yogurt a little bit more time to run out of there. Jakiro will fly to safety, but the tower will be dropped, and the Darkseer will survive at just 100 HP. Yeah, that's... I mean, people talk about Clockwork ganks. They don't really talk about the walk in and just run at you Clockwork gank. Usually they refer to hookshot ganks, kind of implied hookshots. But there's no hookshots on a level 5 Clockwork. This is level 10 Puck, by the way. That's a Veil completed and on the way right now. Doom had his ultimate. Just, I mean, who are you really going to Doom here? Like Darkseer, that doesn't do anything. Like if you could combo break him after Vacuum, like, that's kind of nice, but obviously Vacuum Wall is not really a thing right now. Doing Puck is definitely what you want to be doing, but I don't think he even saw the Puck, or he definitely wasn't close enough to ditch it. You don't really want to throw Doom as a last dying effort anyhow. Like the cooldown is like 2 minutes, yeah, 2 minutes and change. So you really want to save that for a guaranteed kill. If you cast Doom on someone and you can't get that kill, oh, you're feeling really bad about yourself. Feels bad man gun. And this Puck is an absolute monster. Level 10. Invoker will catch up now that he has his Midas coming out to him whenever the Courier decides to kick into gear. But EXP advantage, it's not in favor of the Lich team. And that's always a bad sign. I mean, that's why you pick up Lich. Nowadays, I mean, I made the call as soon as Lich got nerfed from the patch, as in the EXP in any given wave is not like 80% in the range creep anymore, so it makes Lich a lot weaker. I said Lich was just not a good pick anymore, and it seems like the teams are, in general, starting to agree with me in their picks, but seems like some may still believe in the cold frosty man. I don't think. I'm not a Lich believer. I don't know. Maybe I just need more faith. Oh, Whisper. Don't you make a sound. Don't move. The Midas Club Victory side vision is based on movement. Or they'll just go to town on your tower in the meantime. There's going to be all 3 tier 1 towers taken down. Armlet into Desolator. The build for the Lifestealer. Definitely a tried and true classic build there for the Lifestealer. Lots of damage, and you know what? When you have a Clockwork to get in, you don't really have to worry about movement speed all that much. Whisper, uh-oh, he's dead. Hookshot in, here comes a nasty surprise. Orb through, dead. Chain Frost is out. How much damage will it do? That did, like, no damage because it only bounced to magic immune targets and phase shifted targets. That is so unlucky, man. Not like it would have really changed it anyway. Kappa Kappa is going to get Vacuum back, stays in sentry range, and gets clawed to death. Man, Shadow Demon. What a hero. What a great hero. Midas Clubber is rolling with this game. I mean, it's a 5k lead 14 minutes in. Not completely insurmountable, given the Sven has Mask of Madness, and he's, ooh, one for S and Y. That is a non-traditional item build here for the Sven.
Radiant's top
I mean, the
tower
movement speed is
under
kind of
attack.
nice, I guess. I already mentioned how he's gonna have to deal with a lot of issues, but the thing is, like, Demonic Purge, Surge, they don't really care how fast you are, because they're always going to be faster than you through one way, one method or another. So I'm not really sure if this is what he wants. I think he really just needs to go look for the burst kills, go for the standard Blink, Echo Saber type of Sven build. Obviously, it's too late now. He already picked up the Yasha recipe. That ship is sailing. So the Sven is the hope here. The Invoker also has the Hand of Midas. He can definitely hold a high ground. Jakiro as well. No slouch in the high ground defense. It's 15 minutes in. I really shouldn't be talking about high ground defense, but I don't really know how Sage is supposed to get out on the map and have any sort of real impact given the state of this game. If you do present yourself, then you are going to be a potential target for a Lifestealer bomb, so you kind of have to move as a 5-man. And I'm not sure if they can outrace the Midas Club side. Jakiro only has 1 point Liquid Fire. In the meantime, you have Goku almost with that Desolator. Once he does have that, for sure Midas Club will be able to outrace. Here comes a TP, it's a Puck. He has a Blink Dagger, he has 2 targets in sight, and they're both coiled and now both infested. Ice Path, it's not even gonna happen. Gets Silence, Hookshot in. They will teleport out with Whisper, but Legend, uh-oh. He has a TP out as well, but there's a Vacuum to cancel, so there is no way out of here. Vacuum back, Cog back as well. Where are you going, Lich? You're not leaving. You think you can just leave? You can't just leave. Once you're in, you're in. That's 2 support picks for Midas Victory. That's not exactly a huge deal for them. These heroes are not worth much at all. But they do stop the Radiant side cold in their tracks, get a couple more kills, push themselves towards that Desolator on the Lifestealer. Easy game, easy life. The Sven, in the meantime, is getting a lot of space given these sacrifices from his supports. Again, he has to be doing some extraordinarily heavy lifting. I am not sure if Sven, despite having the amount of strength he has, is that strong to lift up these 4 heroes. Because Doom, he's got nothing. He's almost drummed 16 minutes in, and he's going to get jumped. Actually, no, there's no hook shot, so maybe he's not going to get jumped. Should be fine. So far, Doom has used his ultimate 0 times. And at a certain point, your Doom is just going to be a silence and not really a damaging tool, as far as like getting pickoff is concerned. I think we're already at that point, actually. Mechanism's up on the Darkseer. That'll obviously heal up some of that Doom damage, which isn't really a high amount of damage nowadays. Slow dot. The Puck, not the Puck, the Shadow Demon has a Disruption, so that can save an ally for a couple seconds. Does seem like the Doom really needs to get this Shadow Blade up, because if you still land a Doom on a Puck, you could still very easily get that kill. This guy is paper. But you need the opportunity, first of all. I don't know how you're supposed to initiate on a Puck without a Shadow Blade. He's a Blink Dagger, he's got Phase Shift, and you're Doom. He's pretty quick with the Phase Boots and the drums. Like, he's not slow, but definitely not fast enough to beat the reaction time of arms. Constantly, the push is on. Bottom lane, chip. In the meantime, smoke up. They have Sentry, but, ooh, was that in range? How much range does Obs have? That was in range. God, they took such care in this smoke. They're going to scan. It will not turn red, even though it looked like, okay, it's bugged as hell right now. It will eventually go red, so they know exactly what's going on. The Doom goes after the Lifestealer, but Dashka comes in, forms a wall so that his Lifestealer is going to be perfectly okay. There's no save in time from RZS. They do land a vacuum wall onto 3, but the Sven is just going ham on the Darkseer. Chain Frost bouncing through as well, mostly onto Illusions right now. The coil has not been deployed yet. There it is. Lifestealer going to return. He's going to go straight for the Jakiro and is just going to claw him down, but is just getting demolished by that Sven. As Midas are just going to throw bodies into the Sage side. Tornado is going to lift the Puck, but Puck already got the kill onto that Doom. And now has to blink out of here. Good luck. He's going to blink to the south and orb through everybody. I think he's fine. They're not even chasing that anymore. And that'll be that. Lifestealer does go down. It's a pretty huge exchange here for Sages. The Sven was able to just sit there and right-click people. Honestly, that's not supposed to be happening. Like, with the amount of control that Midas have, with the amount of answers they have, Sven is not supposed to be able to land, like, more than 3 or 4 right-clicks. But he was just sitting there, like, almost not moving, just right-clicking everyone as they came to him. And that's just the matchup difference. Lifestealer is farmed as hell. So is the Sven, but Sven is, you know, going for a more mixed build. Lifestealer doesn't stand a chance. Once the Warcry comes up on Sven, there's no way that Lifestealer is going to beat that. He just doesn't do enough damage, even with the Desolator up. Uh-oh, Legend. Run, Legend! Oh, he's dead. Batter Salt. Just one small tick, 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 dead. Well, that's the life of a Lich sometimes. That's just what happens. There is double Midas coming up on Midas Club Victory. So, you know, all credit to them for being consistent with their name. It's all cool. Oh. No EXP gain on the Jihiro. Just gonna go for a little bit of spelling. Not really sure if that's value here. Invoker has picked up the Ags after the Enemitis, and Sunstrike will scout the fact that Roche is way too late to contest. Sven is also pretty swole. Midas still have so much gold on so many of their heroes, like their spread of farm is just so great compared to what the Radiant are working with. It's like all Sven, all Invoker, and then just a huge sharp fall off on the Doom, who still, with drums and nothing else, is, I mean, able to use his ultimate then die, but as an offlane hero, that is not what you are supposed to be picked up for. You have to have some sort of sustained output in a fight. If you're going to have ultimate and die syndrome, you gotta be playing that 5 position like an AA or something. At least then you're kind of allowed to die. You can say, guys, I died, but I did my job. Clockwork. Got that shiny, shiny Solar Crest. Great item to have with the Lifestealer, able to focus down those targets even faster. And, you know, if you have an ally gets bolted by the Sven, or hammered by the Sven, it's not called bolt anymore. You just shine your ally, hopefully get those miss rolls. You never know. Could happen. In the meantime, I mean, we see Sage just take a fight pretty well, and then everyone kind of just converges back to the mid lane. That style of play is something that you don't want to do ever. You do it out of necessity because you're scared of being picked off. And that's not where you want to be. You really want to be spread out around the map, farming everywhere, looking for opportunities like exactly we see Midas Club doing. They're pushing literally all 3 lanes. They're dipping into the jungle as well. They're just getting more farm in this downtime. And that is a pretty big problem. And they'll lose another tower. Desolator doing its job. Midas is pretty much locked up from the Lifestealer, though. I'm not really sure if he wants to go for it at this point. You can just go for an AC. If you get a plate mail, you have a pretty good shot up against the Sven. Or a, I wonder if Halberd is any good. I mean, Halberd is good, but I don't know if it's good for the Lifestealer in particular. It's probably okay. Here comes Yogurt. Got ice armor on him, but the tower does not, unfortunately. Lich does not want to get close enough to try that stunt. That's a bad idea.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
All tier 2 towers are down. Aegis still up on the Lifestealer. He's gonna have that one for quite a long time now. They will find the Doom. Cancel his TP out with the coil. Is he gonna panic and drop his ultimate? Drop an Inferno Blade. They'll surge the puck out. He does get the blink out. Actually, they stopped hitting him. I was like, how the hell did he do that? Now Gotu's just gonna wander on by and get lifted up by the tornado. Should just about be it, though. That was awkward as hell. Darkseer, Shadow Demon, these are not high damage heroes. Shadow Demon going for maxed out disruption. Again, he doesn't have any good heroes to make illusions of on his team or the other team. There's no Phantom Lancer, Luna. The Lifestealer is not really a stat stacker. He doesn't build a lot of strength, which means that his illusions aren't really that powerful. I guess you get the armlet value, but that's not really a huge thing to worry about. Then again, I'm not really sure if Soul Catcher is that great either. Soul Catcher is very finicky, especially in this late stage where you're going to be fighting in 5v5s. But either way, it's still Midas Club looking for a little bit of a death blow here. 11k lead, again off of a very passive past couple of minutes. Their lead has only extended. Was 8k? Now it's 12k. Well, there you go. It's like magic. It's almost like farming multiple waves gives you more gold. Puck playing some games with the Doom, and Doom is trying to find him. Can you even get in here? Oh, yes, the answer is yes. He has an orb out, but he will immediately get doomed, right? No, gets silenced. Jumps out to the north. Has a blink out, has a phase shift. Whispers, trying. Arms is quite literally playing games with him. Is that in the lore of Puck? I feel like Puck would be like a trickster kind of guy. Obviously from his kit. I don't know if Puck actually likes that. And the playful fairy dragon, yeah. Seems like that's exactly what fairy dragon is supposed to be doing. Playing some games. Just messing around. In the meantime, getting out of his mind farmed. Lincoln Sphere will have a couple of trash things thrown at it. Frost Blast is something that doesn't matter whatsoever to Lincoln Sphere, but if you block it, that stun from the Sven, block the Doom, obviously, that's super premium. You can get some decent value. I mean, he's also level 18, so he's going to have, hopefully, Dream Coil Rapid Fire. I have yet to see it. I really want to see it. It's not going to happen ever, I'm sure. Yeah, you're just building up towards that 420 GPM talent, which is better pretty much every single time. Feels bad, man. That's such a cool talent, being able to like fire off on all the people who you have coiled, but just doesn't do anything. Go-To is going to arrive. Arms is going to chase forward, gets the coil onto the Doom, who immediately blinks and snaps it. He is stunned and in the trees. There is a flare here, so they can scout. Now Sven's going to come with the God Strength, look for Go-To, and Fest is going to get the life. There's not much safety. Now here comes the Chain Frost. The barrier is going to hold and let Go-To actually escape as they do drop the wall onto pretty much everyone, separating the fight and absorbing all the Chain Frost. Doom goes out into the Clockwork. Not really the greatest cast there. Arms still playing games with everyone. Not really in that much trouble. It'll be the Clockwork in the most trouble, actually. A little shot up to the north, but up into the clutches of Dark Terry, who's just going to go to town on the Tin Man. Now Go-To's back. Has the life steal with the life stealer and is going to get one, looking for another. Sees an Invoker who drops a meatball before he's banished, but will wake up into an unpleasant situation. There is an open wounds here. Is there any True Sight? There's got to be true. There's guys, you got to get True Sight. Does the Clockwork have? Okay, Clockwork has the True Sight. But seriously, this is like so classic. Immediately lose the kill because you don't have any True Sight. Suddenly buy Dust 3 Sentry Wards. Yes. Lucky Invoker. Ultimately, it is just a 1-for-1 trade. Clockwork and Jakiro are the only ones to fall. With the Sven, we can see how much damage he's able to put out. Blink into BKB. That's, yeah. It's powerful. It really is. Midas Club, that was a really messy fight. Like, anytime Doom is able to blink after being initiated upon, you know you messed up. That is not supposed to be happening. It looks like Midas are just kind of just pushing for the late game. Again, they're getting more gold. It is going to be somewhat of a risk pushing this game too far when they have this advantage. Obviously waiting for next Roche is going to be what they're really doing right now. But we can see this Sven powering up, this Invoker as well. Not really seen in the last fight, but is getting a lot of net worth value himself. So sooner or later, Sage are going to be picking up their power by quite a bit. Got a nasty surprise here. Puck is going to be carrying precious cargo. Once again, running into the Doom. There's a Blink Dagger here, but he has no way of getting through that Lincoln Sphere. Not easily, at least. He has to TP out. He'll get out of there. Arms pushing forward this aggressively. And I think they have to assume that there's a Life Stealer payload in there.
Well-gotten gains.
They're looking. Midas Club looking to collapse the map here, right back onto the bottom lane. The bad part about Midas's draft is that, I guess the only weakness is that they don't really have any safe Sieger. Life Stealer does a lot of damage to structures, but you put them at pretty significant risk whenever you go for the high ground like that. Demonic Purge the Sven. Hook shot him as well as Cog bump him back. And here comes the Life Stealer Sven. He is going to get quite a bit away to safety. The Jakiro, though, will not. And the Life Stealer will be forced to trek through the ice wall. Needs some help. Guardian Greaves not going to do it. And they will lose the Life Stealer pretty quickly, as well as that Darkseer. Dashka as well will fall. Actually, no, Gochu's still alive somehow. So much life stealing from the Life Stealer. Go figure. Sven's not too healthy right now, but he's going to be fast enough to get away from this LS. Kills off the Doom. Now looking at Kappa. No, he's going to jump into the Puck. Looking for a good Actus route out, perhaps. Yeah, the Lifestealer, I don't know actually how he survived that. Did he have an... No, that couldn't have been an infest. They just stopped attacking him? I don't know, but they're looking to reinitiate. Because he can get a lot of health back rope wounds, or just straight kill off the Invoker. The Tornado's going to come out perfectly in response. Gochu looks like he popped out before the puck was ready, and now he's just going to get diced to bits. That's a 5 kill being given over to Dark Terry. Now RZS is on the way out. Sunstrike will connect perfectly with the cleave. They'll get the kill. And Dark Terry is cashing in right now. Midas, they don't even get the tower. Go in a little bit too aggressively. Kind of unluckily into a tornado like that. You can't really plan for that. Ooh, hello. We got the Stormhammer Dispels Enemies talent up online right now. Is that any good? Can't dispel anything. Can't dispel anything. Can dispel Ion Shell and Surge. And Barrier. And Shine. Is that any good? Is that better than 25% lifesteal? I don't know if it is. Dark Terry is going to completely botch that Stormhammer. Gets pulled back, but still is in the coil. And is going to get the kill on the Darkseer. Now chasing after that Puck. He's free of the coil right now. Puck is still looking to play some games. Flare is going to throw out as Puck is going to see the Lich and the Jakiro. He really wishes he had some sort of damage at him right now, because he's just slowly pecking down this twin-headed dragon. Gets hit with one Frost. Not even chained. Orb out, so it's going to get him to safety. In the meantime, Dashka does pick off Whisper in the middle of nowhere. What the hell are you doing there, Doom? Why are you there? The Midas are going to put a pretty good fight together, all things considered. They had no Lifestealer. He was just respawning the entire time, so, yeah. Into Roche. This is the second Roche. Aegis Cheese will be scouted this time, at least kind of early on by the Invoker. Still not really sure if they can get here in time. They have no BKB. In 30 seconds, Roshan will be dead. Invoker's a powerhouse in this area, but not with a lot of mana, so as great as it is for him to cast spells, you can't cast many spells with only 400 mana. Gochu's kind of getting messed up by Roche, though. We'll get some heals here. The Hogs will go up just in case, and they will grab the Aegis on the Lifestealer. Cheese on the Puck, I think. Yes, there it is. And yes, the lead is going to be still relatively consistent. Man, Dashka's going for a Blink Dagger. Huh. It's definitely a base-breaking item. Ooh, everyone be looking for kills in this bottom lane. Yeah, just looking to jump in and get on top of those targets. Just try to trap them. Not sure if it's better than Force Staff, honestly. Especially up against Ice Wall. That Ice Wall was pretty problematic for the Lifestealer earlier. Usually won't be because of Rage, but Rage isn't eternal. Rage will be extended. 5 levels left until he has that talent. I think it should be taken out. Hook shot in, catches the Jakiro once again, dragging in the cage. We'll get Force Staffed out this time, and the chase is on for just the Jakiro mostly. Guys, where did you go? Team, where are you? There is no team. There is only death for you, Jakiro. Kappa Kappa gonna leave, as will Whisper show himself off, but he has a blink. Oh, he will not kill off the traveling creep, and now he has no blink. It's constantly gonna be deactivated. He also has no team. Man, completely abandoned. Feels bad, man. Cog will once again push him back, run him down with the Ion Shells, and Arms will get the kill. I guess he didn't have a TP. Maybe he had it on cooldown? Oh yeah, it was on cooldown, so he was in a lot of trouble regardless of what he did. Another 2 kills for Midas here. Looking once again for like the 15th time. Bottom lane will be pushed. Basher now up on the Lifestealer. You still don't really want to be sitting there man-fighting a Sven hoping for bashes. You probably will come out ahead at the end of it, but you just don't want to risk that. Because if you don't get the timely bash, you will just get torn to pieces by the Sven. I'm going to go for an MKB next. There's only Shine for evasion effects right now. I guess Lifestealer has 20% evasion as well. His 20 talent. MKB, though, is not as explosive as it used to be. It gives attack speed, not damage. It gives accuracy, not true strike. It's kind of mediocre as far as what it used to be. Clockwork will get chunked down pretty hard. Kappa Kappa with the Sven coming in from behind. Kills 2 off immediately, despite the vacuum wall being pretty good. Now Goku is just getting his face smashed in by the Rogue Knight, trying to run through the ice wall, jumps into a creep and immediately goes down, needs some help badly. The Darkseer is doomed up, will fall tornado onto the Lifestealer, also catches the puck. There's no mana for a Stormhammer here. The Lifestealer is by himself, essentially. It will silence up and they will get the God Strength to wear off. Gotu's got to fight his way out of this. Not really sure if that's a possibility. Doesn't have True Sight there for the Lich. The puck is getting right-clicked down, has another phase shift. Whisper in the meantime being clawed down by the Lifestealer. Orb out, and with the waning rift, they'll just right-click down the Sven. Arms is godlike, blinking forward for the double Kappa. Can you keep a PogChamp out of this? There's another orb. No, you cannot. He's dead. I can't believe they couldn't kill the Lifestealer or the puck there. They're just, like, not dying. These guys don't know how to die. And they will finally, after 20 years of pushing, kill off this bottom tier 3. Are you gonna jump right in? Rage is gonna be blocked. They're blocking the Stormhammer though. Coil will snap as the puck is going to grab the Lifestealer and make a quick escape. Dude, that was so slick. Just immediately infest as soon as the puck blinks out, and they're out like magicians. 420 GPM, by the way. Gonna be funding the puck's Dagon, and that's pretty much it because he's pretty much topped out. Do you replace any of this? I don't think you do. I mean, you upgrade the travels. I guess you can get moon shards for some of your buddies, or even yourself. It's not that bad. We see how much puck is right-clicking in these fights. So much more than ordinary in these. Come on, bro. Finish that. There you go. I wonder if Dagon's even the item. Probably still in there. Gotta get that burst going. 17k lead now as Midas Victory are able to every single time take a, not really great front end of the fight, but force out buybacks in the end. I feel like every single push has forced out at least one buyback from Sage. And might be another one. Doom is gonna get first hit bashed. That's just normal stuff. Seems fair. Another casualty here for Sage. 60 seconds. Doom is offline. Still has yet to pick up anything. I mean, he has a Blink Dagger, I guess that's something, but man, there's that Sven's jump in the back that really did the work there. Able to kill off 2 heroes pretty much instantaneously with that cleave. 250 attack range. Not really sure. I mean, level 15 talent is whatever for Jakiro at this stage. I feel like experience gain probably would have been better right now. I also feel like Gold Command is not the answer. You do not have enough time to make that worth it. You gotta get the attack speed slow. We'll see though. There's not much right clicking here from Midas outside the Lifestealer. MKB up on the Sven. There's that accuracy up. A little bit of evasion. It's like 70% accuracy, I think. 75%. Yeah. Is Lifestealer shipping out a heart? That is not a heart, that's an Abyssal Blade. Yeah. Does make sense. Gotta get that Overwhelm action onto the Sven. Waste his God Strength time, waste his BKB time. And he is still with a freaking Tango. Why? I have no idea why. If any of you guys know why, well then please tell me. It's for regeneration, Mike. Duh. Oh, I should have known. It's a regeneration item. Okay. Lifestealer's pushing that level 25. 2 seconds extra of rage. So valuable. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that extra magic community, that extra attack speed adds up so quickly. Sentry Ward is down, so Arms is in Vizrune. We'll spot out a couple with Flare. Arms is going to see Kappa Kappa. Can they kill him off? He's a little bit outside his base. The coil is there. He'll hook shot to keep the stun. And with the overwhelm from the Abyssal Blade, they'll take down the Invoker. He's down for a good 100 seconds. Dark Terror's going to come in, go to town on that Clockwork. With the Guardian Greaves being there, though, Dashka is still going to go down. Well, that was not that great. Now the Vacuum. No wall. Where's the wall? There's just no wall there. Okay, well, he just didn't cast it. The Doom is also out onto the Lifestealer, but he's going to scurry away. Sven's gonna give chase. He's running out of God Strength though. He's now out of it, and he's in a little bit of trouble. But the Ice Path is gonna give him a little bit of cover. Puck is going to rejoin the fight with Waning Rift onto the Jakiro. Once again, Gotu is pushing forward. Is not with any True Sight, unfortunately. He'll go for the Lich. I'm not really sure if the Lich deserved that. Could have just killed him off in like 3 shots, but dead's dead. Fortification is there, but with no Invoker and no God Strength, I'm not sure how they hold. Sven's trying to clarity in the meantime, just trying to maybe get level 25 talent. Surely one of these talents will save them here. But it will not save the buildings in the mid lane. Sven has still another 20 seconds before he's actually useful. Without God Strength, there's really not much he could do here. Go2 is just going to town. Sorry, that was terrible. On these racks. And now Sven, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything's ready. Time to go in. Here's the only chance. God Strength is up. They'll go for the Lifestealer once again. He's going to get bubbled defensively, though. Not going to die just yet. And with the coil snapping, with the Aghanim Scepter, he's just sitting there stunned. He can't do anything, and now he's going to get vacuumed back and just right-click down by everyone and their mom with a big surprise from the Infest. Big burst of damage. Will get the kill on Sven. Dead for 113 seconds. Once again, Invis. The bane of Midas victory as they once again forgot their true sight, it looks like. But it doesn't matter. They kill off the Sven. They get away with 2 racks. And they will all back off safely. What a nice little story. Except for the Shadow Demon who decided to buy back. I'm not really sure about that decision. But they could very easily slide to the top lane despite the creep wave being really not cooperative. And go for even more. Or they could just kill whoever they find over in the mid lane. And that, by that means, go for more. That's good too. No, it's time to go top lane. They will not be able to reach the base before the Sven is going to respawn, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But I'm pretty sure with 2 racks in the lead and with the 3rd Roche to take, they're not going to be too concerned. Ooh, big questions here now. Do you give the shard to the Darkseer or the Puck? Double vacuum, double wall is really, really powerful. But double Ag's coil could get the job done as well. I don't know. It's a mystery. Where that right click went. Okay, we got Aegis on Lifestealer, Cheese, and Shard on the Puck. I wonder if he's going to give it to the Darkseer. Again, the wall and vacuum isn't really that good in this game. It's only kind of okay. No, looks like it is just going to be Puck selling something. Was that a Veil? He's going to eat a Moon Shard? Yep. Sold the Moon. No, wait, what? Did he just... What? He didn't eat the Moon Shard. He's just going to straight coil Kappa Kappa. We'll travel away and we'll refresh for the 2nd coil! Got him! Unfortunately, he's still here. They know exactly where he is because they can see it. He's just gonna run away. Dude, you just pissed away your refresher shard. Come on, man. He sold his Veil, bought the Moon Shard, and then sold the Moon Shard. That happened, right? I'm not crazy, that actually happened. So they just like gave away the refresher shards. I don't think it matters, but man, oh man, is that disappointing. Meantime, Rax on top, in trouble. Here comes the Sven. Onto the Shadow Demon, though. He'll force that to the high ground, thanks to help from Dashka, and Dark Terry is now isolated. Can't do all that much. In the meantime, Whisper will drop. H to the Lifestealer. Oh my god, so many Sunstrikes. He actually got that talent. The Madman. It will do literally no damage, and now we'll get with the 3-man backing wall. Kappa Kappa is going to not be focused. No, never mind. Hit and killed off by the Lifestealer, and the Sven as well will fall. These heroes do not have buyback. This game is over. I can't believe, I've never seen Cataclysm before. I have never seen someone actually pick up Cataclysm and use it. It's so cool, but it's so useless. Oh man, why can't they make that ability good? With a name like Cataclysm, man, it has to be good, right? But it's just not. Midas Club victory. We'll take their sweet time. We'll waste their refresher shard, but you know what? It doesn't matter. They still take a win. Sage's lanes just not working out for them. All hopes in the hands of Sven, not where you want to be. Tough times. Tough time. Definitely seemed like Sage are a little bit outclassed here, but hey, they have another chance moving into the second game. Best of 3 after all. Don't go anywhere, guys. I'm Mike Loris, and I'll be right back in just a little bit for the second game. Well, actually, Moonshard is up in the Lifestealer. He didn't buy it himself, did he? What the hell happened there? I don't know. I'll be right back, guys.